Hello and welcome to the new session on fluid mechanics. We were discussing about the numerical problems related to fluid dynamics, and we will continue the same in today's class also. Take down the next problem. A non-uniform part of pipeline, 5 meter long, is laid at a slope of 2 in 5, full stop. Two pressure gauges fitted at upper and lower ends read 20 Newton per centimeter square and 12.5 Newton per centimeter square, full stop. If diameters of the upper and lower ends are 15 centimeter and 10 centimeter respectively, determine the quantity of water flowing per second. Okay. Looking into the data, you must now decide how different it is from the problems that you have already solved. Now he says this is a pipe of 2 in 5. What is the meaning of slope 2 in 5? So it is usually with respect to horizontal is to vertical. 2 horizontal is to 5 vertical. So for every 2 horizontal there is 5 vertical. So such pipe in which water is flowing, I think he has given you water only, yes. So the pressure gauges fitted at upper and lower sides read certain values, that is also given. So now what is our main aim is to find the quantity of flow per second. What is quantity of flow per second? It is nothing but volume by time. Volume by time is nothing but discharge. So from the given data you will have to find out what is the discharge. To find discharge, what is the requirement? You already know that it is Q is equal to A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So either you should know A1 V1 or A2 V2. And since pressures are also involved in the problem, you can easily understand that you will have to apply Bernoulli's equation. So once Bernoulli's equation is in picture, you must know P1 by rho g, V1 square by 2g, Z1, and P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. These are the things that you must be aware of. If something is not given in the problem, then you will have to find it out yourself from the given data. Now first thing that I wish to do is to draw the drawing according to the given data. So on the upper side is 15 centimeter, on the lower side is 10 centimeter. But what is the level at which upper and lower sides lay depends on your 2 in 5. So how do I draw that 2 in 5? So for every 2 meters there is 5 meter vertical. First I will draw that only. For every 2 meter horizontal there is 5 meter vertical. So what I will do now is I will draw a symbolic 5 for a given scale, and similarly for the same scale I will draw 2. That is 2 horizontal is to 5 vertical. That is what I have written, because in the problem he has mentioned that it is 2 is to 5 or 2 in 5. It is usually horizontal is to vertical. Based on that knowledge, what I have written here is for a given scale or an assumed scale, I have taken this to be 2 and this to be 5. I will join them. Why I will do that is, this forms the center line of my pipe. This is how you draw. So this is the center line of the pipe. Now what next? Draw the pipe. How actually is the pipe? 15 centimeter at the top, 10 centimeter at the bottom. So 15 centimeter means 7.5 on either side, and 10 centimeter means 5 centimeter on either side. Join them. This is the section of the pipe that is given to you. So this becomes section 2. This becomes section 1, or the upper side, and this is the lower side. What are the other data sets that are given to you? Given diameter, I will write upper du as 15 centimeter, nothing but 0.15 meter. You can get what actually the area of the upper is. That is pi by 4. This for, let us see what it is later. Then you have diameter of the lower side as 10 centimeter, nothing but 0.1 meter. So get what is the area of the lower. Then what else is given? Pressure at upper and lower are given. Pressure at the upper side is 20 Newton per centimeter square. 20 Newton per centimeter square, that means 20 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square. Pressure at the lower side is 12.5 Newton per centimeter square, that means 12.5 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square. So you will have to find out the discharge. And one more thing that is given, that is it. That's it. That is the data set you have. Using this, you will have to find out discharge. Where we actually have discharge, I have already told you, either you should know A1 V1 or A2 V2. Now you know both A1 and A2. If you can find V1 or V2, problem is solved. Where is V1 and V2? V1 and V2 are hidden in Bernoulli's equation. But in Bernoulli's equation, there also lies Z1 and Z2. What do we actually mean by Z1 and Z2? So for that reason, what you will have to do is, you will have to draw a datum line. So how do we draw the datum line now? So usually from the datum you would be given what is the distance of section 1 and distance of section 2 in the previous problem. But now you will have to assume that the datum line passes through the bottom of the pipe. So I will draw accordingly, assuming that. You can also mention that in your notebooks, assuming that the datum line passes through section 2 or the lower part of the pipe. Datum, I will write this. So what I can now do is, since the datum line is passing through this section, I need to calculate what is this height. How do I calculate this height? Based on the slope given to you. So this is very, very important part of the problem. So now this is Z2. Z2 is equal to 0 because the line, the datum line has passed through the center of section 2. Now what actually you need is Z1, that is the distance of center of section 1 from the datum line. How do I calculate this height? We will see it later. Now what I have done is, I have formed the basis. Now I can calculate, now I know Z1 and Z2, P1 and P2 are also known. Now what is unknown is V1 and V2 in the Bernoulli's equation. There are two unknowns in one equation, you cannot solve it. So for that matter, what needs to be done? You will have to converge them into one unknown. So you will have to keep either V1 in terms of V2 or V2 in terms of V1. What helps me is the continuity equation. Assuming that the flow is taking place from the upper side to lower side, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Both A1 and A2 are known. Hence you can keep V1 in terms of V2, and then once you put that into Bernoulli's equation, there will be only one unknown in the one equation that we have. Solving that, you will get V1 or V2, and using which you can get the other velocity, and through which you can calculate what is the discharge. That is how we are going to go ahead. Now from Bernoulli's equation, so prior to going to Bernoulli's equation. Since I know what are all the things that I need to find out, I will start with continuity equation. From continuity equation, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. We know what is A1 and A2 because diameters are given. So area 1 is 0.0176, 0.0176 meter square. You please use the calculator and find it out. Area 2 is 7.85 into 10 power minus 3, 7.85 into 10 power minus 3 meter square. Okay. Now you have A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2 from continuity equation, that is nothing but 0.0176 V1 is equal to A2 is 7.85 into 10 power minus 3 V2. You can keep either V1 in terms of V2 or V2 in terms of V1. If you want to keep V1 in terms of V2, send this to the right hand side, or else if you want to keep V2 in terms of V1, send 7.85 into 10 power minus 3 onto the left hand side. Using this you will get V1 is equal to 0.446 V1, V2 is equal to V1 is equal to 0.446 V1. V1 is equal to 0.446 V2. Very important part of the problem, because you will put wherever you have V1, you will put 0.446 V2 in the solution. And next we are left with finding out what is Z1. Now take down a line which helps you in finding out what is Z1. Assume that the datum line passes through the center of section 2, and hence Z2 is equal to 0, full stop. You can also find that there is some missing data, because length of the pipe is not given. So that also should be an assumption. Assume that the length of the pipe is 2 meters. Very important, because once you assume the length of the pipe to be 2 meters, the vertical distance automatically becomes 5 meters, because the slope given is for every 2 horizontal there is 5 vertical. If at all the length was given in the problem, say 8 meter length was given in the paper, Now, if the length of the pipe was 8 meters, how would you calculate it? For every 2 meters, vertical is 5 meters. So, for 8 meter length, it would have been 5 into 4, that is 20 meter vertical. Now, since nothing is given, we are assuming that the length of the pipe is 2 meters. Assuming that the length of the pipe is 2 meters, the vertical height is equal to 5 meters, that is Z1 is equal to 5 meters. Z1 is equal to 5 meters. Now, we have everything so that we can apply Bernoulli's equation. So, next step, applying Bernoulli's equation between section 1 and 2. Applying Bernoulli's equation between section 1 and 2, you will have to write it. Now, P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. So, what is P1? It is given to be 20 into 10 power 4 divided by rho of water is 1000, g is 9.81 plus V1. Whenever we have V1, we will have to substitute it by 0.446 V2 in this problem, 0.446 V2 whole square divided by 2 into 9.81 plus Z1 is 5 meters. This must be equal to P2 by rho g. What is P2? P2 is 12.5 into 10 power 4 divided by 1000 into 9.81 plus V2 I will retain as it is because I have kept V1 in terms of V2. I will not again confuse here. Here also you have V2. I will have to retain on the right hand side V2. V2 square by 2g. 2g is 2 into 9.81 plus 0 because Z2 is equal to 0. Now, I will solve it step by step. Now, what is this? 20 into 10 power 4. 20 into 10 power 4 divided by 1000 into 9.81, that is 20.3874 plus what is this? 0.446 V2 square. So, that is nothing but 0.446 square divided by 2 into 9.81. So, that fetches you 0.01014 plus 5. I will write it as it is. You can observe very carefully, this is a higher value, this is a relatively higher value, but this is a very small value, that is the kinetic head. This must be equal to what? 12.5 into 10 power 4 divided by 1000 into 9.81. So, that is nothing but 12.7421 plus what is this? V2 square by 2g. V2, I have left one point here, that is I have done 0.446 square divided by 2 into 9.81, which is nothing but 0.01014, but I have left V2 square plus 5. So, here you have 1 divided by 2 into 9.81. So, that is nothing but 0.0509 V2 square plus 0. From the entire equation, you can keep V2 square to one side, rest of the things to the other side. So, what I can do is 20.3874 plus 5 minus 12.7421. This must be equal to 12.6453. So, I have sent all the numerical values to the left hand side. You are left with on the right hand side 0.0509 minus 0.0 0.1014, that is nothing but 0.04076 V2 square. Therefore, V2 square is equal to nothing but 12.6453 divided by the answer. So, that is nothing but 310.2379. What we actually wanted was V2, which is nothing but square root of the answer, nothing but 17.61 meter per second. Using this you can also get V1, but that is not required because in the problem he has asked you to find out what is the discharge. We know that Q is equal to A to V2. Therefore, Q is nothing but 17.61 multiplied by A2. A2 is 7.85 into 10 power minus 3. So, which comes to be 0.1382 meter cube per second. So, this is a clear 10 marks question. So, what we have done to conclude this problem, I will tell you what we have actually done. Two important things to remember, that the slope of the pipeline is given. So, that means to say accordingly you will have to draw. Second point, you will have to remember that in such cases when the datum line is, when Z1 and Z2 are not mentioned, you will have to assume the datum line to be passing through one of the ends. For the ease of solving, I have considered the datum to pass through the bottom part, that is through section 2, center of section 2, automatically Z2 becomes 0. Another important point you will have to remember here is, in Bernoulli's equation, V1 and V2 are two unknowns. With a single equation, we cannot solve two unknowns, and hence you will have to keep V1 in terms of V2, for which we have used continuity equation. Since A1 and A2 were known, I have kept V1 in terms of V2 and solved the problem by applying Bernoulli's equation. Take the next problem. A pipeline carrying oil of specific gravity, 0.85 changes in diameter from 200 millimeter at position A to 500 millimeter at position B, 500 millimeter at position B, which is at 4 meter higher level, full stop. If the pressure at A and B are 2.81 Newton per centimeter square, 2.81 Newton per centimeter square and 5.886 Newton per centimeter square respectively, comma, and discharge is 200 LPS, comma, determine the loss of head and direction of flow, It's a very important problem because you will be understanding a few better concepts through this problem. So, what we have it through diagram. So, now you can observe that it is a tapering section of the pipe. From 200 millimeter it has changed to 500 millimeter. So, position B, which is at 4 meter higher elevation. So, point A where you have 200 millimeter and point B you have 500 millimeter, point B is 4 meter above. In simple terms, he has given you Z1 and Z2 straight away. Pressure at section 1 and section 2 are also given. Then what needs to be done? You will have to calculate the discharge is also given. So what needs to be calculated is head loss. Okay. For the first time, you have been introduced to the concept of head loss in numerical problems. So for which you will be using the modified Bernoulli's equation. What does modified Bernoulli's equation say? So it includes the head loss. How does it include head loss? On to the right hand side, you will have HL. I will show that. First I will draw a drawing that helps you to solve this problem. So you have a pipe section which has 200 millimeter as diameter at section 1 and section 2 which is at 4 meter higher elevation. So what I will do is I will draw a datum line. Assume that this is Z1 or point A. Point B is 4 meter above. So I will take this as 4 meter. 4 meter is nothing but your Z2. So this forms the center line of the pipe. At section 1, Z1 is equal to 0. You have 200 millimeter. 200 millimeter is nothing but 0.2 meters. So nothing but 0.1 meter onto this side and 0.1 meter onto this side. So and on the section B, this is nothing but ZA. I will write it as A because he has given it in terms of A and B. This as ZB. At section B, you have 500 millimeter. That is nothing but 0.5 meters. 0.25 meter to this side and 0.25 meter to this side. Join this, you will get the actual drawing that which is to be used in this problem. So from the given data, what are all the things that are given? Diameter at section A is 200 millimeter, nothing but 0.2 meters, using which you can calculate what is the area there. Then you have diameter at section B which is equal to 500 millimeters, nothing but 0.5 meters. Using this you will calculate what is the area at section B. And then you have ZA being equal to 0, ZB will be equal to 4 meters. He has also mentioned pressure at section A and B. What is the pressure at section A? I think if I am not wrong, pressure at section A is 9.81 Newton per centimeter square. I think while dictating the problem I had told you it is 2.81. Please change it to 9.81. So pressure at A 9.81 Newton per centimeter square means 9.81 into 10 power 4 Newton per meter square. Then you have pressure at B being equal to 5.886 Newton per centimeter square. 5.886 Newton per centimeter square means multiplied by 10 power 4, write the unit as Newton per meter square. Then you have discharge through the pipe as 200 LPS. 200 LPS, when you convert that into meter cube per second, you will have to divide 200 liters by 1000 because 1000 liters meter cube. So this is nothing but 0.2 meter cube per second. So what needs to be calculated is head loss. Head loss needs to be calculated as well the direction of flow. What is this direction of flow? Where did this come from? So you very well know that the flow will be from where to where. In Kannada we say hallada kadege neeru hariyatte. That means from higher pressure towards lower pressure. So you will have to calculate what is the total energy at section A and total energy at section B. So from higher level energy to lower energy will be the direction of flow. So we will have to now consider the modified Bernoulli's equation because head loss is involved. What do we actually have in modified Bernoulli's equation? From the modified Bernoulli's equation, you know that it is P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 must be equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2 plus HL. In all those things, what is not known is HL as well as only HL is unknown, everything else is known, because if you calculate area at section A and area at section B, since discharge is given, you can easily calculate what is V1 and V2. Rest of the things are given in the problem. Only unknown in the entire equation will be HL. You will calculate what is HL. So, first part of the problem is solved, and if you calculate what is the total energy at A and B, you will get to know what is the direction of flow. So, first thing for me is to calculate the areas. Take out the calculator and do it. I have the answer. Area at section A becomes 0.0314. 0.0314 meter square. Area at section 2 becomes 0.1963. 0.1963 meter square. So, now from modified Bernoulli's equation, you have P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 being equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2 plus HL. So, out of this equation, P1 is known, water is flowing, so rho g is known. For calculation of V1 and V2, make use of Q is equal to A1 V1 or A2 V2, and then you have Z1 and Z2 known to you, and finally you will have to get HL. Wherever I have written 1, read it as A, wherever I have written 2, read it as B. Now, from we know that Q is equal to A1 V1. Therefore, V1 is equal to Q by A1. Q is 0.2 by area at section 1 is 0.0314. So, using this, what is V1? V1 comes out to be 6.369. 6.369 meter per second. Similarly, V2 is equal to Q by A2. Q remains 0.2. Area at section 2 is 0.1963. Therefore, V2 is nothing but 1.02 meter per second. 1.02 meter per second. So, you have found out what is V1 and V2. Put that in this equation, you will get the answer for HL. But keep one thing in mind, prior to getting HL, get what is the total energy at section 1 and section 2 separately, which will definitely help you. Now, P1, what is P1? 9.81 into 10 power 4 divided by 1000 into 9.81 plus V1 square by 2g. V1 is 6.369. V1 square means 6.369 square divided by 2 into 9.81 plus Z1 is 0. This must be equal to P2. Again, P2, how much is P2? 5.886 into 10 power 4 divided by 1000 into 9.81 plus V2 1.02. So, V2 square is 1.02 square divided by 2 into 9.81 plus Z2 is 4 meters plus finally you will have to calculate what is HL. So, apart from HL, what is that we have? We have total energy at A 13.832. 13.832. If you solve this, you will get 13.832. This must be equal to 11.11. 11.11 plus HL. Just observe what I have done. I have calculated this entire part, that is total energy at section A, which comes out to be 13.832. Then I have calculated this. Excepting HL, I have calculated everything, that comes out to be 11.11. So, I have retained as it is HL. Therefore, HL is equal to 2.7192. 2.7192 meters. This is HL. So, what is the energy at A? Energy at A is greater than energy at B, and hence the direction of flow is from A to B. So, I will write that since total energy at A is greater than total energy at B, flow is from A to B. You can ask me, A is at the lower elevation, B is at the higher elevation, how can the flow be from A to B? See, it is not gravity flow, but it is pressure flow. You can imagine the water being pumped from your sump to the tank. So, that is what is the exact picture we have here. The direction of flow is from A to B, because total energy at section A is greater than total energy at section B, which tells us that the flow is from A to B. Take the next problem. A pump has a tapering pipe. A pump has a tapering pipe running full of water. Full stop. The pipe is placed vertically. With diameter at the base, with the diameters at the base and top being 1.2 meter and 0.6 meter respectively. 1.2 meter and 0.6 meter respectively. Full stop. The pressure at upper end is 240 millimeter of mercury. 240 millimeter of mercury. In the brackets vacuum, VACUUM, close the bracket, comma, while the pressure at lower end is 15 kilonewton per meter square. 15 kilonewton per meter square. Full stop. Assume the head loss to be 20% of the difference of velocity heads. Full stop. Calculate the discharge if the flow is vertically upwards, and the difference in elevation is 3.9 meters. Difference in elevation is 3.9 meters. If you actually look at the data, it is a similar problem to the one we have just solved, but there is a slight difference. Head loss he has given you now, but the head loss is given in terms of difference of velocity heads. What is velocity head? You must know that velocity head is nothing but V1 square by 2g at section 1, V2 square by 2g at section 2. What do we mean by difference of velocity heads? It is V1 square by 2g, difference V2 square by 2g. So, head loss he says is 20% of this difference. So unless we know what is V1 square by 2G and V2 square by 2G, head loss cannot be calculated. So this problem depends on finding out V1 and V2. If you can find out V1 and V2, you can find out the difference between V1 square by 2G and V2 square by 2G, 20% of which will be nothing but your head loss. What else is asked in the problem? You have been asked to calculate the discharge. In the previous problem, discharge was given and you found out what is head loss. Now head loss is given, you will have to find out what is the discharge. But the important point here is, since discharge is not given, you cannot find out V1 and V2 from the areas. So you will have to keep V1 in terms of V2 and only then you can be solving this problem. So from the data, I will draw the diagram which will help you solve this problem. Now you have a tapering section, 1.2 meter at the bottom and 0.6 meter at the top, and the difference in elevation is 3.9 meters. So it is a simpler diagram. So this is 1.2 and this is nothing but 0.6. So this will be section 1, this will be section 2. So at the, this is section 1, at the bottom I will take it as section 1. So I will assume the datum to be passing through the center of bottommost section. That makes Z1 to be equal to 0 and Z2 is nothing but, he says it is 3.9 meters. The elevation difference is 3.9 meters. So Z2 is 3.9 meters. Rest of the things given can be easily written here. So section 1, I will take it as diameter at section 1 is 1.2 meters. Calculate what is the corresponding area. Then you have diameter at section 2 to be equal to 0.6 meter. Calculate what is the area at section 2. Then you have Z1 to be equal to 0, Z2 to be equal to 3.9 meters. Then you have been given the pressure at section 1. Pressure at section 1 is at the bottom, it is 15 kilonewton, that is 15 into 10 power 3 Newton per meter square, whereas pressure at section 2 is given in terms of head of mercury. Be very careful here. What is the relationship between head and pressure? Pressure is nothing but rho into G into H. Now what is given to you is not pressure at section 2 but head at section 2. Head at section 2 is given to be 240 millimeter of mercury vacuum. That means minus 0.24 meter of mercury. Mercury is nothing but Hg. How do I convert this into pressure? Therefore, pressure at section 2 is nothing but, pressure at section 2 is rho m. Why rho m? M is nothing but mercury, because head is in terms of mercury, you will have to have rho, that is nothing but density also of mercury. So rho m into G into Hm. Hm is nothing but here H2. This can be calculated using, what is rho m? It is nothing but 13.6 into 1000 into G is 9.81 into minus 0.24, because 240 millimeter, which is nothing but, if I can calculate that, which is nothing but equal to 13,600 into 9.81 into 0.24. So which is nothing but minus 32019.84 Newton per meter square, with a negative sign because he says it is vacuum. Now in the continuation, what do we have? We will have to find out what is discharge using this hint. HL is equal to 20%. What is 20%? 20% is nothing but 20 by 100. That is nothing but 0.2 into difference of pressure heads. What is difference of pressure heads? Pressure head at section 1 minus pressure head at section 2. Direction of flow is upwards. So, assuming that V1 will be greater, I will write it as V1 square by 2G minus V2 square by 2G. You need not worry about the sign because it is the difference, not V1 square by 2G minus V2 square by 2G or V2 square by 2G minus V1 square by 2G. This is not important to us. So, I will change this sign as the difference sign. Using this, you will have to calculate what actually is the discharge. So, to find HL also you need V1 and V2. Also, to apply Bernoulli's equation you will need V1 and V2. How do I get V1 and V2? Based on your A1 and A2, you will have to keep V1 in terms of V2. So, get what is A1 and A2. So, A1 is nothing but 1.1309. 1.1309 meters square. Using D2, that is 0.6 meters, area is 0.282 meters square, 0.282 meters square. So, now we know that A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So, to get A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So, you will keep V1 is equal to A2 by A1 into V2. Therefore, V1 is equal to what is A2? A2 is 0.282 divided by A1, that is 1.1309. So, nothing but 0.24935. I will write it as 0.25. 0.25 V2. So, V1 is nothing but 0.25 V2. Since you have found what is V1 in terms of V2, also find what is HL, which will be helpful in the solution of the problem. Therefore, HL is equal to 0.2 into what is V1? In place of V1, I will write 0.25 V2. V1 square means 0.25 V2 whole square divided by 2 into 9.81 difference. Whether minus, you will get minus sign or not, it is immaterial here because it is difference. V2 square divided by 2 into 9.81. So, HL will be 0.25 whole square. You can write because you have common denominators, it is nothing but 0.25 V2 square minus V2 square divided by this, or else this can be written as, what I will do is 0.25 square is equal to 1 by 16 whole divided by 2 into 9.81. This must be subtracted from 1 divided by 2 into 9.81. So, this will bear you a value of 0.2 into 0.04778 V2 square. When you do it, 0.2 into 0.04778 will fetch you HL equal to 9.556 into 10 power minus 3 V2 square. So, after this step, rest of the things remains as it is from the previous problem. So, apply Bernoulli's equation, that to the modified Bernoulli's equation. So, according to modified Bernoulli's equation, we know that P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 will be equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2 plus HL. In the entire equation, what is V1? I will keep that in terms of V2. And what is HL? That also I will keep in terms of V2. Rest of the things, data is straight away known to me. So, what is P1? P1 is 15 kilonewton, that is 15 into 10 power 3 divided by 1000 into 9.81 plus V1, in place of V1 I will write 0.25 V2. So, V1 square was there, so 0.25 V2 whole square divided by 2 into 9.81 plus Z1 is 0. This must be equal to P2, you have found it to be minus 32019.84. This can be written as minus 32.0198 into 10 power 3 divided by 1000 into 9.81 plus V2 square by 2J. I will write it as it is, V2 square by 2 into 9.81 plus Z2. Z2 is given to be 3.9 plus HL is nothing but 9.556 into 10 power minus 3 V2 square. Looking into this equation, you can keep all the V2 square to one side and the remaining things to one side. So, what is this? 10 power 3 and 1000 gets cancelled. So, you have 15 by 9.81, which is nothing but equal to 1.529, and then you have 0.25 square divided by, you have 2 into 9.81, that is nothing but equal to 3.1855 into 10 power minus 3 V2 square plus 0. I will write as it is. This must be equal to minus 32.0198, again 10 power 3 and 1000 gets cancelled. You have 32.0198 divided by 9.81. This is nothing but minus sign. I will write as it is 3.2639 plus V2 square by 2G, that is 1 divided by 2 into 9.81, that is nothing but 0.0509 V2 square plus 3.9 plus 9.556 into 10 power minus 3 V2 square. I will retain as it is. Then you have sending all the numerical values to left hand side, 1.529 minus 3.2639, when you send it to the left hand side becomes plus 3.2639 minus 3.9, that is nothing but equal to 0.8929. This will have to be equal to, what are we having in the right hand side? It is nothing but 9.556 into 10 power minus 3 plus 0.0509, and you have 3.1855 into 10 power minus 3 in the left hand side. On bringing it to the right hand side, it becomes minus of 3.1855 into 10 power minus 3. So, you have this to be equal to 0.0573 V2 square. Therefore, V2 square is equal to 0.8929 divided by the answer. So, you have V2 square as 15.5909. What is V2? Therefore, square root of answer. Therefore, V2 is equal to 3.9485 meter per second. Using this, we know that now Q is equal to A2 V2. Therefore, Q is equal to, how much is A2? 0.282. So, the answer is 1.1135 meter cube per second. This is the solution that we were looking for. Again, this fetches a full quantum of 10 marks. Take down the next problem. The bottom and top diameters of a 2 meter long vertical tapering pipe or ARER 5 centimeter and 10 centimeter respectively. 5 centimeter and 10 centimeter respectively. Full stop. Water flows down the pipe. Water flows down the pipe at 30 LPS. At 30 LPS. Full stop. Find the pressure difference between. Find the pressure difference between the two ends of the pipe. Pressure difference between the two ends of the pipe. I think based on the previous problem that we have solved, you can solve this as the homework. So, this completes the problems on the basics of dynamics or on the basics of application of Bernoulli's equation and modified Bernoulli's equation. In the next class, we will look into the problems that are to be solved based on the momentum equation and the subsequent derivation we did to find out the force exerted by the flowing fluid on pipe bends. Thanks for the patient listening. Have a nice day.